Hi kids! Welcome to our English time. Today we are going to learn something new again. So, would you like to hear what it is all about? Good! So without further ado, get your pen and your paper for note-taking and listen carefully of our lesson for today. Let us learn new skills and have fun as we are about to start our English class. Today, we are going to talk about the structure, the purpose, and the language features of different text types. When we speak of the word text, it is in a form of writing that is created or read. Knowledge on various text types or different text types promotes comprehension skills, and at the same time, it will improve your understanding. Let us define first what is a text type. A text type refers to the classification and definition of the way a text is written, such as its structure, purpose, and language features. Text types are categorized into two, namely factual and literary. So let's have first the factual. Before we proceed, kids, let's pronounce factual. Okay, good. Another, literary. Okay, thank you kids. Now let's have the factual text. Factual texts aim to inform, instruct, or persuade through the use of facts and information. I'll show to you the examples of some factual texts. We have interviews. Interview is very important because it gathers the data or information of a person, and you are interrogating or giving questions that needs an answer, which are facts and real. Another example of factual text is giving instructions, and you are talking about facts or truth about setting an instruction, just like bring your modules tomorrow, answer page 21 to 22, and write it on your paper. That is a factual text. Next, we have the recount, where the writer tells about the past and recounting the series of events. We have here the diary entry, where the writer tells about his or her work every day. Another factual text is persuasive text, where the writer is convincing the readers as well as the listeners not to do this, to have that thing, to do it, or to encourage the listeners and the readers to have an activity which is good, or shall we say more better. If you truly understand kids, then let's move on to literary text and let us know what it is all about. Literary texts are texts that are narrative or tell a story and contain elements of fiction. Here are some examples of literary texts. Narrative text, example, novel. The Puppy Wife by Caroline Scott. Narrative text, fable. The Lion and the Fox is the example. And there's too many of it. Another example of narrative text, short stories. Example, The Hungry Mouse. Next example of narrative text, we have poetry. Example of poetry, Friends Forever. We are not just only reading text, but texts or different text types have its purpose. Now let us know the purposes of text types. Number 1 is to entertain. Number 2 is to inform. And number 3 is to persuade. Okay, so kids, let us now know what is text structure all about. Text structure refers to how the information within a written text is organized. It is essential to know how the information is organized in order to know its purpose in a written text. I repeat, it is important to organize the information in a written text to know its purpose. These are the things that we are going to discuss in text structures. We have the description. Number 2, sequence, instruction, process. Number 3, cause and effect. Number 4, compare and contrast. And the last one is problem and solution. Kindly read, kids. Description describes a person, place, event, animal, and others. Read the text, kids. Boracay Island is a place that is so beautiful because of its white sand and view. Many tourists are visiting to witness its attractiveness and cleanliness. They took photos in every spot of it. What was being described in the text? Correct! It's all about Boracay Island we are talking about. This text shows about the description of the Boracay Island. Number 2, sequence, instruction, process. Read first, kids. Provide steps in performing an action or order of event. Here is an example of sequence, instruction, process, text structure. Things to do before going to school. First, fix the bed and take a bath. Second, wear the uniform and comb the hair. Third, take the breakfast, brush the teeth. And fourth, go to school. What is the text about? Correct. It is all about the steps or the things to do before going to school. What are the transition words used in the text? Very good. We have first, second, third, and fourth. These words will show us how the text or the information is arranged in chronological order. Number 3, cause and effect. Seeks to identify what happened and how or why it happened. Example, the teacher could not focus on his class because of too much loads of work. Kids, can you help me identify what is the effect? Very good. The effect, the teacher could not focus on his class. How about the cause? Right. The cause is loads of work. What word is used to find the cause and the effect? Correct, kids. It's because. Number 4, compare and contrast. Provide similar and or dissimilar information about two persons, places, events, animals, and etc. Read this text, kids. Known people. Lea Salonga and Michael Jackson are two prominent persons. They are talented and skillful in common. They both admired by people. However, Lea's field is singing while Michael's dancing. Let us look for the similarities and differences of Leia and Michael. Their similarities, they are prominent persons and they both admire by people. While their differences, Leah's field is singing and Michael's field is dancing. Last, number 5 text structure is all about problem solution. States the problem and solution. Playing outside with friends is good. Wound occurs when running and being bumped. It is painful. Let yourself rest and try other activities that can't hurt you. What do you think is the problem? Correct the problem. Wound occurs when running and being bumped. It is painful. What about the solution? Very good again, kids. The solution: let yourself rest and try other activities that can't hurt you. Good job, kids! Now let us have a short assessment. Direction: identify the type of text structure used in each item. Shoes is better to wear than slippers. Your feet is covered with it and dirt is minimized. However, when rain occurs, water enters on it and food gets wet. Correct answer is comparison and contrast. Good job, kids! Dog is considered a man's best friend. It barks when someone enters the gate. His fur stands when he's angry with his own kind. The correct answer is description. Very well, kids! Jason climbed the tree. As a result, he fell. The right answer is cause and effect. Splendid work, kids! Number 4. First, open the can, then get the saucer. After that, pour the thing. Lastly, get a spoon to taste it. Correct answer is sequence. Well done, kids! Sickness could make each people suffer in pain and sorrow. In some other situation, it causes death. To avoid, get rest and eat veggies and fruits. Correct answer is problem and solution. Very, very good, kids. That's all for today, and I hope that you've learned a lot in our lesson for today. See you again in our English time class. Goodbye!